Club. Two of those victims died. Police say what started as an argument inside the masquerade ended in gunfire. Good Day's Mark Teichner has the story live for us from downtown Atlanta. Mark, good morning.
Well, good morning, Elise. And this morning we've got an awful lot more information about exactly what led up to the shooting. Police are now saying that this happened in the hell section of the masquerade. And they say that in between a couple of the shows, two guys got rowdy and jumped up onto the stage. That angered another patron. Words were exchanged, and the patron pulled out a gun, a pistol, according to police, and shot the two guys who were up on the stage and had jumped up onto the stage. He also allegedly fired some shots towards the ground, which police think hit a couple of innocent bystanders in the ankle and the foot. After the shooting took place, the gunman, the victims, all of the patrons pretty much in the club took off, and it was on the stairs leading to the exit that the two men who died collapsed.
We had one that was died on the scene. Another was transported to Grady, who later died.
Gunfire rings out at an underground Atlanta nightclub, leaving two dead and two others hurt. Police say around 9:30 Sunday night, an argument broke out in between shows at the crowded masquerade.
During the dispute, two of the people who were targeted were shot. From what we believe, the other two were not the intended victims.
The intended target, both of the men, died. One at the scene, the other at the hospital. The innocent bystanders, who were also men, were shot in the lower body and at last check in stable condition. The club was packed with fans there to see LA-based rapper Cousin Stiz.
The second act was done. They were at a break in between the second act and the third act, who was about to come on stage when this incident occurred.
Detectives aren't sure what caused the beef that led up to the shooting. They hope to use club security cameras and witnesses to piece it all together.
And there were, of course, a lot of people inside, but once the shooting occurred, as is understandable, a lot of the people ran out and left the location.
Investigators are asking those folks to come forward so they can bring justice to the victims' families.
I want to get their versions of the story and find out what happened and who did this.
The show headliner, Cousin Stiz, released a statement on Twitter saying that he was completely heartbroken by what had happened. It also said, "I've always called my shows family reunions because they're never anything but fun, safe, good vibes, and positivity. I'm in shock and at a loss of words for the senseless violence." He pointed out that he wanted to send his thoughts and prayers to the families as well as the victims. Reporting live from downtown, I'm Mark Teichner for Good Day Atlanta. Elise, back to you.
Just there to have a good time, ends in gunfire. Mark live for us this morning. Thanks for the updates, Mark. Time is 9:03 now, and let's get you caught up on more of the morning's headlines from Good Day Atlanta's Sharon Lawson. Sharon, good morning.
Good morning, Elise. Well, new this morning, Atlanta police are looking for the thief who stole a car with a one-year-old child inside. The child was found and is going to be okay. Atlanta police tell us the vehicle was stolen yesterday evening at 160 Ponce de Leon Avenue. Both the toddler and the vehicle were found a short time later near 5th Avenue and Peachtree Street. EMTs checked out the child as a precaution. So far, there has been no arrest in this case. New this morning, fire officials are still working to learn the cause of a fire at a local repair shop. Investigators say it started at the R&N Auto Care on Moreland Avenue early this morning. Investigators tell us the building is a complete loss. Crews blocked lanes and redirected traffic around the incident. No word on how it started, but no injuries have been reported. The fire remains under investigation. The Atlanta Falcons came away with a big win over the Dallas Cowboys Sunday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Were you watching? I know a lot of people were. The Falcons
was envisioned. I mean, it's going to happen, but I'm blessed that it finally in my groove.
It was his day-to-day. It was his day-to-day, and we was all hyped up. It got us hyped, the crowd hyped, but you know, it was amazing to be able to see him have that success.
I feel like we now know what we can be, and it's shown proof. So we just got to take it and keep going.
And up next, the Falcons head to Seattle to play the Seahawks a week from tonight. Meanwhile, the Georgia Bulldogs are licking their wounds after Saturday's beatdown by Auburn. The Tigers had 4 sacks and were clearly the more. And check out what happened Saturday after
Happy couple. Sharon, thanks. It's 9:06 now, and Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Joanne Feldman is here with our AccuWeather forecast, and kind of hoping today ends on a happy note. How about just today ends on a happy note for us?
Let's just get to sunshine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the gloom is wearing on people,
Yeah.
but some of you already seeing that bright sunshine. So
Some good news.
If you were skeptical this morning, let's take a look outside right now at what is going on, because it has not taken long. Right here on cue as we're going into the 9 o'clock hour, the fog is lifting over the city. It was not that long ago where you could not even see the tops, or well, even the middle of the buildings for that matter. But visibility is still quite low in Athens and Rome, only 1/4 of a mile. You've had huge improvements southwest of town, full 10-mile visibility from Peachtree City, Carrollton to LaGrange. The airport doing better, but still foggy with 1-mile visibility. And this is how it looks on the satellite radar picture. Of course, we had a few patches of light rain that made yesterday extra gloomy and not breaking through the clouds at any point on Sunday. All we're waiting for here is for this fog to lift. And as it does, there is no cloud cover left behind that, just a sunny sky that will warm up temperatures nicely. That's already happening on the south side, where it's up to 50 in Peachtree City, 53 in Covington. Since we're still fogged in here in these northern areas, it's still in the upper 40s, but that won't last for too much longer. So really by afternoon, nearly everyone is going to get into the 60s. Maybe not all the way there, but close in some of our far northern counties. But with 63 at 4 o'clock today, sunshine and a nice breeze out of the north, that's a really nice November afternoon. And really in the grand scheme of things, the low temperatures and the high temperatures every day through at least Friday and Saturday are very close to normal for this time of year, including that 45 that will drop to tonight. It could be a little chillier in northwest Georgia. Rome could drop into the upper 30s. Might have a little patchy frost in the northwest corner of the state early tomorrow. But now as we head into afternoon sunshine, really quiet for the week ahead. Our next chance of rain is not until Saturday, and it's not a big enough chance of rain to cool down the temperatures just yet. We still reach 65 Saturday afternoon, but as showers and storms sweep by, some cooler air, you're going to feel that on Sunday. Elise?
I am seeing some sun there. It looks good. Joanne, thank you. It's 9:08 now. Christopher Plummer is taking over one of Kevin Spacey's roles, and if you're Shaq, no price tag is too high for your daughter's Sweet 16. Thanks to production assistance of TMZ. TMZ founder and celebrity reporter Harvey Levin joins us live with the very latest. Hey, Harvey, good morning.
Good morning, Elise.
Okay, Harvey, let's start with Christopher Plummer. He seems to have no worries taking over this role.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to do what he needs to do to make this happen, but boy, I have never seen anything like this. There is a movie due out, I think it's December 22nd, All the Men in the World. It's a Ridley Scott movie, huge movie, where Kevin Spacey played J. Paul Getty. So they've axed Kevin Spacey from the film and recast and Christopher Plummer, and we're talking like a month and a half before the movie comes out, and he's got to redo all these scenes. So we got him in New York last night, and he was cool as a cucumber about it and felt he could do it. I mean, he is a great actor, and I think probably the bigger challenge is going to be in post-production, getting this whole thing ready. I'm sure Christopher Plummer can figure out his lines, but it's now getting all of that in the movie, recasting it for a December 22nd preview.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you. How big of a role is he playing in this? Because, I mean, you talk about December 22nd. Is it even possible to get this done?
Well, it is, and it is. It's a significant role. I mean, Kevin Spacey does not take bit parts. This was a significant role that took days and days to shoot. So Christopher Plummer needs to get on it right now. But I'm sure he's going to get it done. Again, I think the bigger challenge is going to be inserting all that stuff and figuring out how to make this work in a month and a half, which is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of work to do there. Okay, Harvey, most of us hope for like a used car and maybe a cake for our Sweet 16, but not if you're Shaq's daughter. I mean, talk about the bar being set so high here.
Well, it's not just Shaq, but it's Shawnee O'Neal, too, who's a very accomplished business person. The two of them have a daughter, Mimi, and she had her Sweet 16 Saturday night in L.A., and Shaq and Shawnee spent about $1 million TMZ Sports got the breakdown. $1 million. Well, they have a lot of money.
Wow.
Remember, I think Shaq signed a $90 million contract, and that's way back in the day, and he's got endorsements and everything else, and Shawnee's successful. So they rented out the entire rooftop at the W Hotel in Hollywood, which is prime real estate. They gave her a brand new Mercedes G-Wagon, and YG performed 8 songs. When you start adding all that stuff up and catering and everything else, it's easy to blow $1 million.
This is incredible. This is incredible. Okay, now this is just... Go ahead, Harvey.
I was going to say, you know, I have this new show on Fox News Channel called Objectified, where we kind of tell a life story of people who are very successful and how they got to where they are. And we happen to have Shaq this coming Sunday. And I talk a lot with him about his kids and about how he kind of balances all of this, because what he's done with some of them is he'll get them cars, but they have to finish college in order to actually receive it. So he has all sorts of structures to make sure these kids are not spoiled brats.
Well, that is interesting, and I think that's good to hear. But I guess what I'm thinking right now, Harvey, is so what do you do when she turns 18, and then when she graduates college, and then when she gets married? It's like, do you have to keep building on top of all these things? I mean, how much can you spend? So.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I think eventually Mimi will own Calabasas, and the Kardashians will rent from her.
I think you might be right. You might be onto something there. Harvey Levin live for us today. Harvey, thank you so much. We hope you have a good week.
Okay, Elise. We'll see you later.
Our special thanks to TMZ for providing production assistance for that interview. You can catch TMZ weeknights at 7:30 and midnight. TMZ Live weekdays at 1 right here on Fox 5. Time is 9:12 now, and coming up on Good Day Atlanta, the search for an Atlanta-based rapper who's missing along with his cousin.